First of all, I'd like to thank all of you to participating for this International Innovation Workshop. Because the workshop is a kind of the challenge of to the tsunami. Because maybe especially for the Asian people who has been living with the natures, of course, all the countries the same way, but of course, due to some religious reason, like a god, or because of the Asian people, God is a kind of the nature. So we believe the god, big mountain, big rivers, all these are kind of the god in Asian cultures. So normally the people never against to the nature, just accept the nature, what's happened. So that is like an earthquake or tsunami or any kind of such kind of disasters, just the people accept. There is no way to resist to the nature. That is our cultures. But as I showed at the beginning in my talk, every 20, 30 years, maybe 10,000 people has been lost their lives due to of course we have a lot of the countermeasure, even though finally the people just gave up to survive. So many people has been killed in this tsunami. So this workshop is a kind of the turning point especially for the Japanese people, because maybe we may have some way to resist to such the natures, if we can find some way. So this workshop is such kind of the challenge, and also the very the new challenge. This is a kind of the very fast. But once it's happened, we know what's the consequence. So hopefully we can do something to minimize the damage of by the natural disasters. So as a summary of this workshop, first of all, I'd like to thank all of you, and also in the workshop there are several very important presentations, especially for the understanding of the tsunami. Of course, there are many tsunami experts, except this group. Of course, we are not specialized to how to analyze the wave propagation and so on and so on. Because our target is how to minimize, how to maximize the energy dissipation of the tsunami, and also how to reduce the peak height of the tsunami. Because if we can reduce the peak height, as Professor Imamura showed, maybe we can make a lot of the advantage to survive the people. So the main target is how to maximize the tsunami energy dissipation, not the cost, hopefully in the offshores. So in that sense, maybe the tsunami wave propagation is we need to know. So there are several good paper presentation to understanding the tsunami energy propagation. And some of them is just assumed to the shallow theory. That is some of the mathematical treatment can suggest how the tsunami propagate and how the tsunami height would be. But also there are some other presentation who are working on what is the velocity profile in a depth direction. And the surface can be faster, and some velocity variation is also exist. So maybe that kind of the understanding of the tsunami wave propagation also help us to how to maximize the energy dissipation in a tsunami. So we need both. But a very strong point is that we have several mathematicians in this room. Like Sergei, he's a mathematician. On some other Hokkaido University is Kamijo-san. They are also the mathematicians. So because the mathematician has very good ideas, which we very much expect to contribute this one. And also we have some analysis on how to dissipate the energy by use of like a mega float, some engineering structures, or some materials, nanopore materials, or maybe some proposal by the mathematician utilize the vortex. So if the wave propagates in one direction, which may reach to the offshore the coast and make a damage. But if we can concentrate on the energy in the vortex, which never reach to the coastal areas, so might help, which may reduce the peak height as well. So the Professor Kamijo suggests the vortex involvement would be the help of the peak height. And also the vortex interaction also may help to disappear the energy by the combination of the two opposite the vortex. So there are several such suggestions to how to work on to minimize, how to maximize energy dissipation. So I think this workshop is a kind of a challenging workshop, but I can see some of the very important the starting point, and then maybe we can continue to work on this, and then to find out a way how we can maximize, and then maybe finally we may find a good engineering approach to maximize energy dissipation, and then to reduce the wave peak height, and then help the people to survive. So I think in that sense, I have talked to because this summary must be done by our chairman of the organizing committee, but Professor Imamura is now busy to getting some funding from the Ministry of Education. So he just left. So just I follow what he like to say in this summary. And then I talked to the Professor Imamura, and then he also agreed. We'd like to hold the second this kind of workshop next year. We are not sure where we should have the meeting, because this time we have a very good participation from France. We may have a second workshop in France. So that is some ideas, but depending on our funding situation. But that is our wish to have a second meeting in France. And also we have several invitations. We had several invitations to the other countries like UK and USA. We have one participation from the USA, but also we invited the professor in Kazakhstan, Russian, and they also working on the tsunami, and they are collaborating. And also several disaster research centers has been established in University College of London. So we are going to invite also them to work on this. So we like to put more emphasis on this subject, and then work on to find a way to minimize the tsunami, the damage on these issues. So and also I'd like to thank you for the International Organizing Committee. Maybe you may see some of the list of the people in the International Advisory Committee. It's very many people are supporting these activities. And also I'd like to thank the local organizing committee. And also I'd like to thank you, the Jean-Lim Cavalier, who taking the very important part to organizing this the workshop in the French side. Okay, finally I'd like to thank you again, and I hope to see you next year. Oh, one more thing, because today's on the yesterday afternoon we have a young power here. So maybe the tsunami energy dissipation issue may not be solved in very quickly. Maybe not the issue of the 1-2 years. Of course, we need innovation. Maybe some innovation may help to give us a good solution, but maybe it takes a much longer time. So maybe some of the young powers may work on this issue to solve the problem. So I also like to the student have some concern and some interest on this issue, and hopefully work on this subject in future. Okay, thank you very much. And